Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you've been here before, then you already know the deal, but in case you are new, then my name is Brooke, and I am your new best friend on the internet. It's nice to meet you. So, I come to you today with video footage from 2023. This is the start of my road trip vlog series that I recorded years ago, and said, I'll get around to recording that voiceover. But to tell you a secret, voiceovers are a pain in the ass. So it's taken me 2 years, but I'm finally getting to it. As these memories keep popping up on my memories in my phone, it's just warming my heart so much, because this was such an epic road trip from Minnesota to Washington down to Oregon and back in our camper that we loved so much, and I want to relive those memories with you. That was me. This was the first place we ended up stopping in. We stopped at a variety of places, from your typical campground that costs hundreds of dollars a night to places like this on the side of the road that were free. We got to this one by driving down a steep hill with no road, and we were alone. It was just us and I think one other camper in a tent next to this beautiful little lake, little pond, and it was so peaceful. And yeah, this was the first night that we really stopped and did that. I think the first couple nights we stayed at like a truck stop, but this was the first night that we were like, okay, let's camp. And it didn't have any hookups or anything as far as I remember, but it was perfect for the night that we stayed there. It was so beautiful, so peaceful, serene. We were all so happy. I got cut off, so I'm not sure exactly what I was saying at this time, but basically, we thought that this was going to be a week-long little adventure, and we ended up being gone for 26 days or something like that. And at first I was trying to get all the angles and make it kind of cool and aesthetic, and then as time went on I realized, okay, this is not going to be a quick little vlog. This is going to be a series of many videos. So I got less and less aesthetic as we went along. My daughter was also only about 4.5 here, and now she's 6.5, so she's changed a lot, and I'm really excited to look back on these memories and see what she was like 2 years ago. what all of us were like, you know? Some of these videos are filmed vertically because I was also filming short form videos for, yeah, like little ASMR TikToks and stuff, but I don't think I ever ended up posting them. And it looks like they're just kind of edited into the mix, so I hope that's alright. For every once in a while, a vertical video to be in the mix. Charles was drinking a whiskey, I was drinking a wine, Rosie was drinking a water or a milk, and Passport was drinking a water. And wow, I really liked that cup. As I recorded several angles of it. I know I've edited all this together, but now looking back, I'm like, okay, 2 years ago, did I really mean to include 18 clips of this coffee mug full of wine, or was that accidental? At this point, I don't even remember, what I was thinking in that moment. When I was putting all these clips together, I don't know if I was thinking, yes, they need to see all the angles of this cup, or if I just kind of put everything I had from this trip into the file and just said, okay, I'll cut this down later. I'm really not sure. But I'm certainly not going to go through it now. So whatever we get is what we get. Oh, Rosie was doing something there. I don't know what. Out running free in the world. She got scared of something. I wish I remembered. Then she had this little table and she was playing with all sorts of things. Slime, which I think, if I recall correctly, ended up being a total disaster. Total disaster, but what are you gonna do? And she colored a lot on this trip and of course watched little videos on the iPad, I'm assuming. And then we started seeing some hills, some mountains. We don't have mountains in Minnesota, so we must have been getting over into North Dakota at this point. My daughter loves to dance. She's funny. They both are. Both my girls are hilarious. Oh, Passport was guilty here. What did she do? I think she ate the entire bag of beef jerky. Is that right? No, it was steak strips. A whole Costco bag of steak strips. Look at that guilty face. Oh, she couldn't even hide it. That's so funny. Here are some more gorgeous views for you to peruse. Enjoy. But I'll give you a warning. They just get more and more beautiful as time goes on. As we get deeper into Montana, over into Washington, through the national parks and national forests, the seaside area, there are a lot of beautiful, beautiful pieces of nature coming into this series of vlogs, so get ready for it. It's going to be beautiful. But this isn't too shabby either. Nice little sandwich on the side of the road. Watching the sun go down. That's me. Very happy. The trip was just getting started, so... Oh, he must have had like a little frog or lizard or something. Cricket, maybe? I can't tell what it is. My recording little pop-up is in the way. But Rosie was not a fan. He's such a little shit. Oh, she also had a CD player that she listened to a lot of books on CD and music. She did break the CD player on this trip. She broke it in half by accident, but she did enjoy it while she had it. This was really cool. We randomly, I thought it was later in the trip, but I guess not. But we randomly stopped in this town, Lewistown, I suppose, according to that fire truck. And we literally stumbled upon this town parade. They were having like a town festival. And we had no idea. And CJ was like, "Do you want to go to this parade?" And I was like, "I guess." So we did. And that was a really spontaneous and fun part of the trip. So, yeah, whatever town, Lewiston, or whatever state that's in, I guess it'd be easy to figure out, but I'm not going to stop and Google it at this moment. But yeah, it was so random, so fun. I got some random clips of the parade. Rosie got some candy. We had passport, and CJ wasn't with us in this moment. We ended up meeting up with him later. I don't remember why. Maybe I'll give some kind of hint as to where he was in future clips, but yeah, he was doing something. I don't know. Oh yeah, and there he was. He was doing something, and he was like, "Girls, you go watch this parade," and so we did, but yeah, he met up with us later. Here we are in a cool little town, going through the winding roads, and I want you to keep in mind too, oh, this is making me sleepy. I want you to keep in mind too that we had never really driven a camper before this. We didn't know what we were doing. And so this was kind of a really epic trip for two people who had never done anything like it before. And I look back and I'm just like, oh my God, like, how did I trust that he was able to drive this big truck with this huge long camper? Like, he had never done it before, especially in the mountains on these narrow winding roads. But I trusted him and he did it. We didn't die, so that's a good thing. I remember staying in that campground. I don't know why I particularly remember that, but I do. Beautiful trees, lush forests, deserts, lagoons, the sea. We saw so many things on this trip. Just such beautiful pieces of nature. This was truly like a once-in-a-lifetime thing where, as much as we look back on it and we think, oh, I want to do that again, I want to do that again, it's something that I remember both of us at the end of the trip kind of just being like, okay, we did that. We can cross it off the bucket list and never do it again. Because as amazing and incredible as it was a lot of work. And there were really stressful parts of it. Like in the future, you'll see our truck actually broke down. That was cool. Yeah. But the bonding experience that we all had, I think that's what we crave the most. Looking back on the trip is that closeness. Even though in the moment, not being able to film, which is my coping mechanism, it was really hard for me, really, really draining to not be able to have any alone time at all. But now that we're home, a couple years out from this trip, we look back on it and we're like, oh man, I miss that. I miss being together as a family, working together to make the adventure happen. All of us. We were all part of the machine of making it work. Even though, let's be honest, Charles did most of it in the making sure we didn't die department, but we still helped and we did our part. And wow, we saw some beautiful things. This must be Montana, I'm assuming. Although I can't be completely certain. I was going to say I wish I had filmed this or recorded this voiceover years ago so that it would be more fresh in my memory, but honestly, the whole 26 days really ran together. Even if I had recorded it as we went, I still probably wouldn't have been very accurate in my descriptions of where we were or what we were doing. Isn't this unreal? And look, mind you, like I said, we're in an 8-foot bed truck with a 26-foot camper. I think in total we were 35 or 36 feet long, driving on these narrow mountain roads. Look at this. Are you kidding me? And Charles had never done this before. But we did it. Beautiful scenic overlook here. I know this video might make some of you nervous, but just remember, it looks scarier than it was. And we made it, and we're still here today, so nothing to be afraid of, nothing to worry about. Charles is a very safe driver, especially with his girls in the car. He would never let anything happen to us. Although some of these roads were pretty sketchy. I hope, to be honest, that these beautiful views can inspire you maybe to make a trip out to the Pacific Northwest, or perhaps just inspire you to get out there and travel with your kids more. I feel like a lot of people use their kids as an excuse which is understandable. An excuse to just be like, oh no, we can't, you know. But if you're lucky enough to have that week off or weekend or whatever, just pack up the car and go. You can't make memories like this in your backyard, you know? It makes me really want to get the girls on an adventure again soon, if we are so lucky to be able to do that. Because look at that. I mean, unless you live here. If you live here, then I guess you do have these adventures in your backyard. But for us Minnesota girls, we have to travel a long way to see things like this. And I'm so grateful that we were able to do it. Hopeful that we can do it again someday. And just so lovingly encouraging of you to do some adventuring of your own. That's all I'm trying to say. Because adventure is out there. It's just sitting there. Whether you go explore it or not, the adventure is there, you know. So even if your kids are young and you're in the trenches right now and you're like, oh my God, there's no way. There is. You can do it. You can do it. Look at that. Look at my girls. I love them so much. So we were exploring without the camper. As you can see, the camper is not attached to the truck in this moment. We had left the camper behind and we're exploring some of those mountainous areas without the camper, which allowed us a little bit more freedom and safety to explore some steeper roads. So we could look at views like this directly out of our car window. Wow. Like I said, you guys, I haven't seen this in 2 years. So seeing it now is like, it's literally bringing tears to my eyes. It's so beautiful. And I'm just so lucky. Wow. But there's a lot more to see, you guys. A lot more. So many more adventures are ahead. So if you like this video, leave me a mountain emoji in the comments down below to help me with engagement. It really, really helps with the back end of things algorithmically. And a like or any other comment really helps a lot too. And I will be recording the voiceover to the next part very soon. Not sure what that was, but we're gonna ignore it. For some reason I feel like certain parts of this video are like spliced together, not in order, but I'm sure I edited it all in order at the time, so I'm not sure. I don't really know what I did or what's going on, got out of the car and walked down to this river, or creek, whatever you'd want to call it. Explored down there for a little bit. That was really cool. We looked for rocks, skipped stones. A few other people did the same thing. Cool. That was a cool car that just drove past. That was cool too. I didn't remember this. This was funny actually, because when she sat in there, I was like, CJ, how did you get her to be able to sit in there? And he was like, I just checked to see if the door was unlocked. And it was. So he went and just put her in there so he could take a picture. Isn't that funny? He's like that. He always finds a way to make things happen. Usually with permission, but sometimes he'll do it first and ask for forgiveness later. Oh, this is such a cute shot. Look at this. Rosie with her little camera, taking pictures. So awesome. Little photographer. She has no idea how lucky she is in this moment to be here seeing these things with her own two eyes. I'll have to find that camera and charge it and see what pictures she took. Get her point of view of the trip. I'm sure she took wonderful photos. I love the mountains. And if you guys have not enjoyed the travel content necessarily, I hope that you've at least enjoyed the soft-spoken voice and have been able to rest and relax to it. I'm not sure how long this video is, but for some reason I think it's coming to an end here soon. I love that hat that I'm wearing. Sing to me, Paolo. Look at me in full glitter, hiking up Logan's Pass, or whatever it's called. I think it's Logan's Pass in Montana. Fun fact, my grandma took my dad and his brother here when they were little kids and walked up this same trail. And then there we were, doing the same thing. Pretty awesome. I think I've used the word awesome quite a bit in this little video. But to be fair, it is pretty awesome. I mean, look at this. Look at this view. Look at these flowers. This little creek. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, let me know. And I'll make sure to put them in a playlist so you can see all the different parts in a row if you'd like to. I'll even try to go back and get the videos that I filmed on this trip and put them in the playlist as well. So, look for those if you're interested. Stay tuned for the next part. And I very much look forward to perusing those old videos with you. It's been really fun so far, and I'm truly enjoying myself. Thank you for this opportunity. This is also a little message to remind you to take the videos, take the pictures. Because how lucky am I to look back on this right now? Anyway, sending you all love, and I'll talk to you very soon. I promise. Good night.